Hello, bonjour, and welcome to your new Bonheur Private Wines video. 2023 is coming to an end, and I hope you all have some nice holidays organized and you have some delicious wines that you can share with your loved ones. Although if you haven't got enough yet, I have a few suggestions for you here. Today I want to look back at the year 2023. We've just spent together tasting many bottles from all around the world, and I want to bring back memories from all of those faraway vineyards that we've been visiting together, from Argentina, Italy, Chile and France, of course. Let me walk us through this year's memory lane and give you my top 6 favorite wines that we shared in 2023. There has been so many wonders. It's going to be a little bit hard to pick only 6, but let's try. And I'm told there is still time for you to order some of those delicious bottles if you want to bring back those memories to your doorstep. So let's go. Since we visited 4 countries this year and I have to pick 6 wines, which is my roadmap for this video, I'll pick my favorite wine from each nation that we've explored and add a couple of extra bonuses of my overall preferred bottles for the whole year. Simple, right? So in the first quarter of this year, as is traditional for us, we were in the extreme altitude vineyards of Argentina, and I have fond memories of that wine called the Unimaginable Malbec, or the Inimaginable Malbec in Spanish, the fruit of the private passion of one man called Claudio Maza, a local winemaker who searches for vineyard locations in the Calchaquí Valley that delivers the most unexpected, the most unimaginable quality of grapes to make this very rare cuvée. It was bold, it was big, a wealth of acidity, a huge, extremely concentrated feel, but still very fresh thanks to the altitude, of course, with those compact tannins that are still velvety and soft. An archetypal, astonishing, extreme heights wine from Argentina, totally unique, fruity, citrusy, spicy, meaty, juicy. It had it all, everything we love from the Andes Mountains. From Italy we had an extremely solid collection overall, with every wine in the box competing hard with all of the others, but for me the pinnacle was the Barolo called Nieves by Bergeron. Barolo is such a unique style, big and explosive in flavors, but packaged in a relatively light texture, very lively and light, from 100% local Nebbiolo grapes that are only found in this part of Italy. That's pretty much the only part in the world where they grow it. Tannins that were very silky, a burst of fresh acidity giving it a really rare liveliness, tons of sour cherry flavors and a bit of pomegranate as well, quite floral. I remember this huge explosion of pear liqueur and mixed berries on the mid palate, followed by some oak, a bit of vanilla, wood smokes, mixed spices, and overall an immensely long and lingering wine, a true connoisseur's juice from a tiny 20 acres of vineyards cropped with extreme attention to details. And for a bit of a change, this year we went to the other side of the Andes Mountains, to the Pacific side, while we'll generally stay, as you know, on the Argentine eastern flanks of the range. But I must admit that I really enjoyed being reminded how different and excellent wines are in Chile, with their really unique, distinctive fruitiness, these tremendously precise red berry fruit flavors, and for me the Antawara barrel selection was one of my favorites because it was this winery's flagship cuvée, all their savoir-faire in a bottle, a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Carmenère and Petit Verdot in a Bordeaux style blend, very well crafted and balanced, quite big. And I definitely enjoyed it for that. A huge bomb with massive body, the typical cassis liqueur from the Cabernet, but with an immense complexity, with many layers of spices, oaky flavors, earthy characters, a meaty, salivating feel. So big, bold, yet with an intangible finesse from a very well crafted blend of those different grapes. Winemaking to the best, it was fantastic. Oh yes, and from France, well, it's definitely going to be really hard for me personally to pick only one wine, but let's give it a go. They were all so good, and I know those so intimately as well. I had to discount the Saint-Estèphe Bordeaux wine that we had by Château Beau-Site-Haut-Vignoble because it is made by a winemaking friend of mine, so I would be a bit biased to pick that one, although I absolutely adore it. So let's pretend I am not biased and this wasn't the best wine in the collection. I also really enjoyed another Bordeaux in the French collection, the 2020 Oz by Château, Cailleteau, Bergeron, also from a small family estate that's belonged to the same family for generations and now run by a brother and sister. Cabernet Sauvignon dominant blend in this sector of Bordeaux where Merlot is king. I loved that purity of the Cabernet expression with this very precise fruit, an expression of Cabernet that for me is really unique to France and Bordeaux in particular in its precision, the lively freshness and the underlying earthiness. Truly the type of wine that I love to see coming out of Bordeaux, that is not actually easy to find, quite rare, especially from a small producer. That purity all packaged in these definitely Bordeaux style. I was so glad we were able to bring that one to you. It was beautiful. And as promised, my two bonus preferred wines of 2023, I don't know if I'd rate them higher than the formerly mentioned 4 wines, but those two I appreciated for their finesse of delivery, in particular for the craftsmanship, for the art of winemaking, because those two for me are the types of wines a gifted sommelier would pick for his wine list in a Michelin-starred restaurant, wines of balance and refinement for discerning wine lovers to pair with fine dishes. So my two special mentions this year therefore go to the Montgras Intriga Cabernet Sauvignon, so the Intrigue Cabernet Sauvignon from the Maipo Valley in Chile, from one of the most iconic producers in the country, one of their best wines as well, and it showed. A very traditional Bordeaux style blend, masterfully executed with this rare, fine, dense texture you get from what we call in French a grand vin, a grand wine, a wine that is of the highest quality and built to age for a very long time. It's what it was. I also loved the Cabernet Franc by our Argentine friends at Bad Brothers in Cafayate, the town near Bill Bonner's ranch, a wine called Facón, made by someone you know quite well, Agustin Lanús, with this rare finesse of delivery, especially for Argentina, given by this special grape that is Cabernet Franc. Attention on the palate, sharp, that holds itself really well on your tongue, the magic of Cabernet Franc, which is the more introvert cousin of Cabernet Sauvignon, so very fine tannins, distinctive fresh blueberry flavors with underlying acidity that adds this special tension. A superb, coherent texture as well, and balance reminiscent of an excellent Saint-Emilion or a Médoc Bordeaux wine. A pure beauty. And these were my 6 favorite wines that we discovered together in 2023. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, and that perhaps you still have a few bottles of these in your cellar, or if you don't, well, this collection, I've got the great news to say that my 6 favorite wines of this year, this collection is available to order at the link in the description while supplies last. We still have some videos coming up for you to finish off the year, but still, let me wish you all the best for these last few weeks of 2023. Enjoy them to the fullest. Take care, and I will see you soon in the wonderful world of wine.